From A to Z About Ag, our blog development, a blog written by C.Hope M.Zurbrigg.
Our goals and objectives. Much thought was given to our social media marketing project scope. Our passion and experience with agriculture was the rooting foundation for our project. Together, Chelsea and I created a blog and developed topics for our blog to engage readers and keep them coming back for more stories and sharing within our blog. We used the blog to promote different aspects of the agricultural sector, and they were written casually with a conversationalist approach to make them friendly. Our blog topics and promotion schedule. We created a weekly blog post. We followed this by a Facebook post and a Twitter promotion that our new blog material was available, directing our readers straight to our blog site. Our blog is a user-friendly format, encouraging user and reader interaction with comments, feedback, and sharing their own experiences on the topics that we've covered in our blogs. Our blog creates an opportunity to share with our readers on their own social media platforms. If they do this sharing, this will indirectly create more advocates, which is actually what Chelsea and I are trying to achieve with our blog creation. Our target audience are agricultural enthusiasts, agricultural curious people that might want to know more about what's happening, social media conversationalist users, blog readers in existence already, Facebook users, and those who are following Twitter. Our blog content. We created a live blog website through the Blogger website using Blogspot. We developed our blogging topics and content. So our first weeks, well, we'll cover those in the next slides.
So, introducing our contributors was our topic for our first few weeks. There we did a profile on each of us, that included information about our experiences, our education, and our history in agriculture.
So week 4, we decided to cover ag education. Being that we're agricultural business management students at a college level, we talked about, is there enough information in agriculture for our youth in the community nowadays to create a following and hopefully develop future advocates for the industry that's continually growing.
Here's an insert from our blog.
Here's a caption from one of our blog posts, since we don't have our actual blog post in this presentation. With knowledge comes power, power to feed the world, to be active and engaged in the agricultural industry. If we can plant the seed, pardon the pun, early in the youth, then we are also implementing the growth of our future farmers and future engineers and future scientists and so on. It is crucial we educate about agriculture before it becomes a species at risk, facing extinction in our youth. You can read the rest of that blog by logging on to our actual blog website on Blogspot. Week 5, we decided to grow on the youth in agricultural component by more what Chelsea and I are doing now at school and employment in agricultural. If you develop a passion for agriculture, there are tons of employment opportunities. So in our blog, From A to Z About Ag, we covered some topics and created some links to where you can find advertisements and postings for employment in the industry. One of the facts is that agriculture and agri-food employs 2.3 million people in Canada, and that's 1 in every 8 jobs. So hopefully with some advocacy, people will be interested in finding employment in the sector.
Week 6, we covered farm safety. Farm safety is a topic close to everybody's hearts, and here's a little part of our blog on that. I knew I wanted to include a farm accident statistics in this blog, but while I was Google searching for them, I got anxious. I didn't want to see the numbers, not only because I was scared on how high they might be, but also because on the screen, these are just numbers. But in real life, this is someone's child, someone's husband or wife, or someone's parent that has been injured or killed. And the link there is to our rest of our blog.
So our social media marketing rationale and tactics. So our blog aims to create a following, to establish an online community that are interested and passionate about agricultural, its opportunities, its education, experience, and some just general interesting facts about the industry. Our blog is a conversational, friendly approach that invites and encourages participation at the end. We create links for our readers to explore more options about agriculture and hope that they'll be inspired with the content and engaged and be responsive to our blog posts. The additional platforms we use to cover our content, what we did is we have a blog website, but we have utilized Facebook kind of as a promotional tool, as well as Twitter, saying, hey, we've created a new blog, go into find our blog website, here's the link, and read what we have to say this week. We also use the hashtags such as Youth in Ag, Farm Safe, Ag Careers, Farmers Feed Cities, which is an overall social media marketing campaign for the agricultural industry. The technographics ladder. So our blog development establishes Chelsea and I as creators. We want to engage the conversationalists that are using social media by reposting our blog to their social media platforms as well. If we can engage all of these people, then we're going to create more followers, more readers, more conversationalists. The joiners and collectors are also people that will hopefully read our blog and decide if they want to redistribute and share the topics that we've covered. Hopefully we've tapped into some of their interests.
We created a marketing plan to monitor our SMM project and goals. So we wanted to know we were going to meet our goals, and that's how we evaluated our plan. So it's important to remember that social media is a cyclic process, and it's always alive and it's always changing. So we want to ensure that we're continually going through the plan and keeping up to date with our measuring and monitoring. So our first part would be listening. So that would be listening to the topics and following keywords. And then we would track our success by using multiple tracking tools, such as the free tool that comes with the Blogger website, which is what we use for our blog. There we can track the traffic to our site, what posts are doing the best, and in what time and what day our readers are looking at our posts. We will also use the built-in analytics in Facebook to monitor our promotional pieces. We will use Follow Wonk to monitor the Twitter. And since all of our links are made using a Google URL shortener, we can actually track the use of those URLs through the Google website. We will also use Clear and Keyhole to track our influence and the engagements and our reach. Now we need to take this data that we gathered through tracking, and we need to turn it into something measurable to see if we're meeting our goals. To say whether we obtain the goal or not, we have to break the goals down to measurable objectives. So our goal to create awareness. So to measure that, we would see the number of likes increase, had the number of shares increase, and has the number of blog views increase. To measure whether we are achieving our goal of advocating, we will use the Clear Influence measure, and we will also use the Follow Wonk social influence measure. To see if we are meeting our goal of engagement, we will monitor the number of comments to see if they increase. We also want to see the number of shares increase, and again, we will look at the engagement level provided by the Clear Analytics tool. We also wanted to create a formula to measure the amount of views a blog received based on the time we invested in creating that blog. Not just to show whether are we using our time wisely, but also see what kind of style, there you go, it's worth investing in. It's just as, if we wrote a quick blog post and it only took us half an hour, but we got hundreds of likes on it, hundreds of comments, then we know that's the style that our readers want. So now that we measured, we need to evaluate how well we met our objectives and what led to meeting these or not meeting these objectives. What tactics, topics, and writing styles and what platforms were most successful. We want to review our goals and create new ones if necessary, or change the ones we have.
So that's the wrap up on our social media marketing campaign from A to Z about ag. If you are intrigued, please be sure to visit our blog and follow us on our journey of advocating for the growing industry as we strive to plant the seed that farmers do, in fact, feed cities.